Welcome up, bloods. New one. Evoniction for the PlayStation 5. I was playing it on the PlayStation 5, and is it worth it? While it's a very interesting concept and well-crafted stealth game made Evoniction an enjoyable experience despite stumbling at the times. Well, honestly, at the time or when there is much debate about the effectiveness of artificial intelligence in everyday life, it is impossible to think about its long-term impacts. With the increasingly fierce advancement of these tools, many questions are being asked about their relationship with humanity, and such a complex and controversial topic will naturally be explored extensively by audiovisual content, especially those that can take advantage of the proposal, films and video games. And so Evoniction was born, a new sci-fi games that discuss the real potential behind AI. Focused on the stealth and strategic simulation, Spikeweb Games' title also aims to break the idea that stealth is boring. But it is impossible to completely get rid of these suggestions and immerse yourself in a slower, more controlled world, right? Come with us to find out everything about this game that is part of the China Hero project, a Sony Action promoted in a partnership with the Chinese studio. On the side of humanity's greatest developments, the cutting-edge research center here has become the center of the great evil, with the humans wiped out by a virus of unknown origin, and AI saw an opportunity not to only evolve, but to learn. Now, the technological entity has taken over the facility and cut off all communication with the outside world to make it the palace. Thus, drones of various sizes have been distributed throughout the rooms and have become in eye and hands. Alone in here, AI development leader Thomas Liu is the last hope to defeat the machine. And to get to the heart of the building, he will use all his hacking knowledge and eventual influential capabilities. Evoniction is an adventure game set in a science fiction universe. The title has a strong focus on the stealth, where you can use a wide range of hacking techniques and cutting-edge tools to defeat the machines and surveillance equipment. The game also has a third-person combat elements with a fully targeting interface, but with a somewhat clunky feel. Even the ability to charge the view from the shoulder doesn't prevent inconsistent at the times. Fortunately, the same cannot be said for the stealth mechanics. They are very varied and benefit from a good and extensive progression system. There are many passive and active skills that can be unlocked during the main campaign. Finally, as an overview, Evoniction has a campaign that lasts about 5 hours, but only if you follow the main quest line. There are several alternative paths and dozens of collectibles and secrets spread throughout each area. Evoniction gameplay is quite functional and stands out for breaking the rules of the script. AI-controlled machines tend to have the same predetermined behaviors and the patterns, but everything changes when Thomas Liu enters the middle of the action. The cutting-edge tools are super interesting and make the experience very versatile. In addition, the campaign is constantly rewarding with the new tricks whenever hacking skills or gadgets. Additionally, Evoniction scenarios have limited resources. There is no way to use the same action repeatedly. When you run out of ammo or a throw barrier, it is the same to think carefully about your next steps. You will be able to use long-range advantages, chains, interference, stage operations, and more. Additionally, his abilities include disrupting vision and movement creation holograms, infecting with viruses, spoofing IFF, and controlling operating system. All of them stand out of their good precision for guaranteeing safe passages, but keep in mind that after being used with a certain frequency, this will activate an immediate sensor, making all machines hunt the protagonist without stopping. Well, in this way, Evoniction is not just a game hacking the steal, but also is a strategy. It is worth using cameras before planning your steps, scanning barcodes to weaken targets, and looking for safe spots in the cover. Although Evoniction takes place entirely in a medium-sized facility, its semi-open world is very well built. At any time, the player can return to previously open areas if they don't want to obtain XP or collectible items. Well, Meanwhile, the progressive world makes area previously threatened by AI safe if you clear them during the campaign, giving the impression of inviting an immersed environment that seemingly under the player's complete control. In technical terms, Evoniction is striking for its wealth of the detail. The futuristic map is all full of lights, effects, with the dark and abandoned places, and others like museums and rest areas where it's still possible to see active equipment. Additionally, there are plenty of shortcuts, doors locked by the collectible documents, upgrade resource, and more. Finding these items will certainly make your journey easier, especially since there is a rich yet simplified and straightforward progression system. Unfortunately, in narrative terms, the word does not speak well to the story. The lack of localization in Brazil or Portuguese, for example, will certainly hinder those who want to understand the whole thing, especially since there is a strong scientific appeal in the dialogues. The journey also gets bogged down by excessive explanation and a strange path after the second act, making what was already confusing even more complex. This way, it's easy to get lost in the details, no matter how silly they are. But there's no denying that Evoniction lives up to its name and constantly evolving. Finishing the campaign unlocks a new game and several costumes that can be equipped and used by Thomas Liu like a panda. So the also should mention the support from DualSense controllers, the haptic feedback, and everything which is related to the remote was an amazing experience. An amazing experience. So, Evoniction is a functional stealth game that doesn't get boring even with its more measured appeal. The great variety in gameplay encourages creativity from the start to finish, requiring the players to be attentive and aware of the next steps. The title has some problems, especially in the narrative, and can become quite pretentious in these aspects, but those who enjoy solid gameplay with good progression and lots of hidden content, there is complete offer. What I didn't like is confusing story with a great loss of written, lack of localizations for different languages. My mother tongue is Portuguese, and there is no in Portuguese. Likely lack the combat and a bunch of positive aspects. In any case, thank you so for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.